Hey folks, this is John. Got a little bit of urgent, important news with Garland Technologies. We're defunct. Not bankrupt. We still managed to pay the bills, pay the debt that we owe. I had $20,000 worth of debt from this freaking company. Oh, it's been a heck of a ride. Heck of a ride. I want to thank a few guys right off the top. Dan Lombard, one of the world's greatest guys. I mean, when he was under pressure, he never had a cross word to say. Rick Barrows with Multicraft, who without him I wouldn't have ever had a telecom company. X Bisbee also was instrumental. Tom Pedersen with Multicraft. Blake Hanby with City Title. He's been a phenomenal customer. James Green, formerly with Cooper Communities and Bynum Furniture. Just Christie Hale, J.Max Van Hoos, Mark Pierce, even Jim Bob. You guys were great to work with, great to work for. I'd love the opportunity to work for you again at some point, but I know in the capacity in the direction I'm going, it's not going to happen. But J.Max, I want to ask you a question in front of God and everybody. When you knew that you were going to change directions, and I submitted that last bid, and you called me on the phone and said you're going to in-house, in-source everything, why in heaven's name did you not ask me if I'd like to hire on with you guys? That has bugged me. Am I not good enough? You know? I know a heck of a lot more about phone systems Ryan Wolfe does. I can do anything Ryan does just as fast. And he's good. I mean, he's next to me. I think he's one of the best technicians. And I had my hat on trying to run a freaking company and trying to look down the road, and he thought I didn't want to work. And maybe I should have started working, put my tool belt back on a little sooner. But before I left OneSource, I was trying to do the best I could. Kind of like a salmon swimming upstream. Fighting the tide and all that. Anyways, you do the best you can with what you've got. You make decisions, they impact you, they impact others. Unexpected results, you know. I told my old partner Ronny Thompson one time that when I'd first started out on my own, I was scared to death. I only went ahead and started it because I was sick of talking about it. I was either going to do it and fail, or just quit talking about it. I was sick of hearing myself say, boy, I'm going to go to work for myself someday. So I finally did it. And just between you, me, and a fence post, I figured if I crashed and burned, I'd just kill myself. And failure was so scary that I'd rather die. But I've come to the end of this particular section of my journey, and I haven't killed myself. Not gonna. But that was my way of saying that if there was no way to get out honorably, that I would get out dishonorably and wouldn't have to face anybody's ridicule or scorn or I told you so's. Well, like I say, it's been a hell of a ride. Wouldn't trade a minute of it. I watched a country movie, country and western, Lonesome Dove, and Captain McCrae's character, he is the character. He ends up getting to the end of his deal, and he's telling Woodrow Call, and a hell of a ride. A hell of a ride. It strengthened my faith immensely. frustrated me to no end, dealing with the government. Love dealing with customers. I mean, I love dealing with customers, so my body language and my words match up. My goodness. Working around people, getting to know people, sharing life with people. That's the only thing that kept me going. I wasn't particularly fond of being a phone man. I know there's folks I haven't thanked or anything, or admonished. This lady at Diva's Bead Shop, my goodness, she was a tough customer. Mick Wagner, golly, you get a little back up in you and he'll jump on you. You tell him what you're going to deliver, and you deliver on time, on budget, or he'll eat you for lunch. But he got nothing on this lady at Diva's Beads. She's probably going to California or something, but she got crossway with Lowe's home improvement store. And I don't know for sure, but I wouldn't doubt the CEO drove her product to her door. Our salesman at the time overpromised something to her, and she lit a fire under Rick Barrow's tail with some colorful language, I'm sure. Golly. I always hated dealing with that lady. But most of you, exception John Rinks maybe, never could figure you out, John. I don't know if you got a heart or not, but you intimidated me, Mr. Rinks. But you were honest. There's always that. But you know, dealing with government stuff, sales tax, payroll tax, social security tax, FUTA, SUTA, golly, it's incredible. Monthly forms, quarterly forms, annual forms. I do not miss that. I will not miss that. I'm looking forward to where God's going to show up in the next chapter. He certainly walked me through this chapter. Bless you guys. You know, everybody, whether I liked you or didn't like you. I like the vast majority of you. I don't really dislike anybody. But God bless you all. May you find that thing that puts wind in your sails and a pep in your step. And if you're not in that spot, try and get in that spot. You know, work is work. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be fun all the time. But there are times that you can be a blessing to others. You know, it's not all about you. It's about being of service to your fellow man and loving God. A good cup of coffee doesn't hurt. Get out and get some dirt under your fingernails. Go fishing or walk through the woods or listen to a bird sing. Listen to a child laugh. I turned 49 years old just a couple of days ago. And life gets behind you real fast. You're going to get to the end of your life one way or the other. And you're going to have to look at yourself and look at your kids, look at your wife, your family. Will you have bought and paid for the memories that they have, or will you have been absent from those memories? This is something I really struggle with now. You know, I've got a daughter that's 16, almost. She keeps telling me she's 16. I haven't done right by her. But I try. So try. Try again. And I'm going to sign off now. I'm going to keep my cell phone number and my email address if anybody wants to reach out. Love to hear from any of you.